Grand Master.
Thank you. About a third and second degree. Welcome. Let's do some warm up. I am excited that Ms. Frank wants to test for second degree this year, which means another warm body.
Has it already been?
What?
It's already been 2 years since we. Wow.
Yeah, Miss Kelly was in last year's.
Yeah.
So Miss Kelly's the new black
They didn't
section.
go together, they weren't together.
No, in fact, like, yeah, well, see, people can join an apprentice program at any level,
Right.
but since Ms. Frank joined it, then people think, oh, you have to be a black sash to join. It's like, no. You don't have to be black sash. It does make that makes a lot of things easier, but ideally you're a blue sash when you start apprentice switch, because that's not, so since Ms. Kelly started an apprentice a little bit later, she'll actually get an assistant instructor certification probably this year, which times out for like, she's getting to learn how to teach the things she also has to know. So you kind of get your, well, you know, when you help out, you get better. So there's that layer of just like, oh, if I help show someone else how to do it, then I get better at it. And then there's, let's say switch, if not switch. And then the other thing about the apprentice is that it happens to be things you're testing out on. You'll test out better because you really have to know the tiger stances, tiger basics.
It's been, no, it's been 2 years since we've gotten our flight now.
Yep.
Time flies.
Yep. And inside.
You still have taxi reserved for,
No, they're not even open.
yeah, no.
Yeah. I mean, I was telling someone else, so I don't mind telling you guys even on camera. I probably will skip it this year, but I won't skip the testing for everyone. Yeah. But I'll see who can, I mean, I would probably announce it as, hey, we're gonna skip a year and we'll just do Black Sash next December and have a bigger one. And so, because the students who are on a normal track aren't meeting, and I can't encourage them to meet, you know? So that aspect of it is not happening. It should be well underway right now. It's September. But, yeah, 2 months is the test. You're not gonna, anyone who hasn't done the group thing all summer long doesn't do well on the test typically. What were we gonna say?
Those things, like they usually pick their partner.
Yeah.
Which would be like,
Yeah, and you have to do your applications.
Barring and all
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, how am I gonna give a test? Now, I can make an exception here or there, like someone who should have really tested last year, or someone who, yeah, there could be an exception, and then I can make that exception. But, you know, until the first, we get the first approved vaccines happening and get some sense of a realistic timetable for normality, which we don't have. We don't have a timetable. Everyone would just, you know, I'm sure you see it, and people are like, oh, this year, oh, 3 years from now. You know, like everyone's like all over the place. It's like, well, let's see the first approved ones come out, and then people are gonna start having a realistic sense of like, okay, I think things will, by this date, or by this day, things will be 50% normal, 80% normal, or whatever. So, did I say switch? Okay, switch. Sorry. So that's just my thinking now. I don't know what I'll really decide, but I think someone like Ms. Frank, second degree, I can go, okay, well, these are the things I'm going to want to see, and this is how we'll do your test, and so on. But yeah, also a test. Like, I'm going to put 10 people in a room and keep them in the same room for 4 hours, and I'm going to sit there with them. So And then, yeah, you can't do all the moves and stuff. I'm not gonna make everyone quarantine for 2 weeks before and 2 weeks after. The test will be a month-long test. Moving stuff forward. So I mean, there's like a lot of things that aren't practical with it, so. And then if you haven't been coming to class because of COVID for 5 months, how could you possibly be qualified, right? You know? And how could I hold that against you? So. Yeah, and hopefully they're still in business here, you know, next year, so.
Yeah, now that you've moved here, I'm taking a slightly different route here. I passed by my old office. There's like no cars there at all at like 5 o'clock. I was like, huh.
Oh, by Cap City, or?
Well, it's over by Chevy Chase. You know, that,
Oh, yeah.
that Applebee's
Yeah.
and that the whole wow, the whole building's empty now.
You know about like the TABC offices and all the state offices and those 5-story buildings? All by the Chevy Chase apartments?
It's right there, but they're not 5 stories. They're only 2 stories. That's not good.
No, maybe I'm thinking
There's
even. There's 2 buildings next to each other that I think are like 4 or 5 stories tall, and they kind of have and they have a parking lot building. Oh, I have to go to see the TABC over there, and I could have sworn they had. I think we're talking about different buildings. Yeah. Switch.
With the Applebee's and the what was it?
Oh yeah, on the other side of the road. Yeah. I'm thinking of the southwest part of the intersection of I-35 and 183. I think you're talking about the northwest. Yeah. Yeah. All right. Yeah, I find that the sound doesn't travel, so even if you're talking at the front door, you can't hear it on the other side of the building. So I was like, are people trying to get in?
Also, wait.
Yeah. Yeah, now I know who's coming in before they come in. I'm getting health department spam calls. Are you getting those robocalls from the health department?
Yeah, if I don't recognize the number, I don't even answer it.
Yeah, me either.
I don't either.
Do they voicemail?
But I search it, and this
Oh.
one left a voicemail today. But they also texted me. And I'm like, what? It just reminded me to stay home and wear a mask.
I get a lot of those, your package, like, I never ordered anything online, so I'm like, oh, okay, my package never got delivered.
But we get the spam one next door all the time. Your Google local has incorrect information. You know, and it's like, no, it doesn't. Your account's risking, your Google local account's at risk of being suspended. It's like, no. Switch. But that's a nice little group in the Black Set class. Miss Kelly says she loves Chen.
Yeah, it is, and it's sometimes, I'm like, oh, I don't wanna be like crowding everybody that it's their class, that's why I don't want to come in.
Crowd away. Because once we're using the whole space here, it's long enough that if you are on the ends, you wouldn't be able to see the teacher well enough. which is the whole point of the system where you have a second degree and a second degree. Yeah, so you don't have to watch the teacher the whole time, you know? I mean, this room will have like 3.5 or 4 zones, so.
And we got to use the squares last night. We broke it up into 3 groups. I'm like, you teach your own square.
Yeah. Yeah, otherwise people say, your classroom's smaller. Yeah, I know, we only have 3 squares now. You can pick a square, good luck. All right, tendon lengthening. All right, release. Let's do the commencement one. Right here. comments, questions, suggestions?
So is there, when all these like, does it matter which hand's on top?
On the rack crackers, it doesn't really matter which hand's on top.
Okay.
But there'll be a natural hand. There'll be a natural, what did you see me do, reverse it once?
No, it's just always hard that when we're moving quickly, it's there for like a second and then snaps out. It's like it's kind of hard to.
So there's a move in Fair Ladies Work Shuttles in the Tai Chi where you go like this. And it's like, and now the next move is not rack cracker, it's turning and going to the corner, right? So I think of it as that, because it's like boom, boom. It's like boom, boom. So you're stepping, there'll be a natural one that wants to go first. That's the one that's underneath. But I'm pretty sure most of them have the right one coming on top. So, since it's a good question, we have it here. Not this one, because that's the natural one to come on top. Well, I don't know, it could be that, but it sure doesn't feel like it. It feels like this makes sense. Boom, boom. And then the left one. Boom, boom. But then when I go this way, that seems like, oh yeah, right, then left. I was thinking right first, not right on top. So when I said right, it seems like right's on top. I kept saying that. I'm thinking, no, right's first, which means left's on top. Yeah. Boom, boom. Yeah. Yeah, because it's like, there goes right, left, right, left, reverse. Right's on top for a second. So I think maybe one of them has it. I don't know if it would make sense for left to be on top when you go backwards. I mean, I guess it could. If someone really knows, I'd like to know that if they said, oh, it has to be this one, I'd be like, okay, why? Why? I'd be like you guys, like, why is it that? Why is that the way? What's the benefit?
Just go with the natural flow of.
Yeah, and I haven't looked at Chen Bing in quite a while. I probably should look at it, and those kind of things will be like, he doesn't almost say it like Chen. He does right, and then he does left, and then he does right.
Just to make it more confusing.
Yeah.
And then he turns back on you and you're going, what's he doing?
Yeah. I mean, there's surely a lot of instructional videos out there about it that would then you'd see, oh, it's the right first, the left first. Others for this? We know we have got sequence.
Just run ahead, keep it under.
Trying to get it back.
Adapting to not getting out of frame with this thing.
Oh yeah, this is the high altitude training.
I don't know what feels worse than that.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a high altitude training.
I wouldn't mind working on the, punch.
Yep.
Punch,
Yep.
split,
Yeah, that's a good one.
especially since,
Yeah, she could benefit from it too.
because we're always looking away, so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, take a look at it first, and then we can try it together. So, we've done our last rack cracker. So I'm here, and I'm like, pow, pow. Then there's this push off here, and a pivot here, and a punch, but it's like in the air, and the hand switch. So the punch happens, and then the right hand comes up, the left one goes down, and then they, and then you have the jump, punching downward, and then the next one is not so much of a jump, it's a, it's more of a ball change kind of thing. It may seem like a jump, but you're not like jumping. Where the first one you are jumping, the next one you are switching your feet and punching. Okay, so I'll do it one more time, and then we can try it together. Rack cracker, boom, turn. So it's like I go this way to go that way. All right, there you go. Yeah, you kind of have to get behind me, and the cool thing is,
I'll try this.
even though I don't want a class where we're facing the mirrors, right? We can face them occasionally if we need to, but I mean, as a rule, not facing them. But when the form turns around, you will now see the form in the mirror and be able to keep up. Like that's one of the things
That's
about
right.
mirrors on that wall, because right now, or our old location, the mirrors were on our left. Now on this location, our mirrors are behind us. So as soon as we turn around, we're like, I can see him. Okay, so let's try it. So we did our last cracker. Boom. We're pushing here and pivoting here and punching here. And then we're splitting. Oh, that's up. Okay, and then we come in, and then we're jumping. And then we're not jumping, we're just repositioning and punching. And then of course we step back, stretch, take it down, come up, and do the next section. Okay, let's do it like 2 or 3 more times with me, and then I'll let you practice it on your own. Here we go. We do the bump, pop, pop, and we push, split, punch, and pull back. Two more times. Let's get back a little bit. I think camera's not right. Okay, and push. Okay, one more time. All right, give it a shot on your own for a few minutes.
And do it again. So, now come here. Rock crackers, 1, 2. And we're gonna push off and hit left, right. Right here, split. Pull in. Punch down. This is the elbows earlier, this is the punch.
Oh,
I gotta make, that's why I asked for it.
yeah, okay.
So earlier in the form, it's elbow. At this point, it's punch.
Your hands, oh, okay.
And then
Come back
ball
up.
change,
Yeah.
punch, step back, and, yeah, so, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, split, punch down, ball change, punch, so,
job.
Good job. Okay, let's look at and let's review together again.
Yes, sir.
So just make sure you got it for those at home too. We do our last of 6 crackers. Push. We kind of lean into this to push off of this and pivot this, which pops us. And I do the sound effects, don't I? She was asking me, right? Do you do sound effects in your class? And I'm like, I don't know. I think I do.
Oh, yes.
What's the fun of it without the sound effects? I just picture those big things like Batman has like pow with the starburst or whatever. What's that called?
Are you gonna put those on the wall? Are you gonna put those on the wall?
That'd be too silly, but you know, stick him on the mirror in different places.
Okay, you see one cut out, that's it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just wherever the staffs hit the mirror and it cracks, so like a bam. Pow.
There you go.
It's funny when one of those cheesy Band-Aid stickers.
Okay. So what are we doing on time? So we could do another thing on this, or keep looking at this, or
Good, because it's a little slower and I think my brain might grab it quicker. Are you doing this and then, because I know you're changing hands, so it's like you're doing this and then you go this way.
yeah.
Keep going
It's
backwards
the
and
hardest.
forwards.
It's the hardest section in the whole form, but I need a lead into it. If someone can give me a lead in, pick up.
It's right where we're right on the ground.
It feels like a very elaborate.
Oh yeah,
dance.
duh. Yeah. So we just did dragging on the ground, and we've come up. So we've done this move where we're on dragging on the ground, and we come up out of it, and we do the palm strike, monkey hop, and we keep this hand scooped up, and we scoop one like a cat seats. Then we turn, put the hand on the hip, scoop 2. Now the left palm's up. On the hand on the hip, and then scoop 3. Now we just did a change like we did for the punch we just were working on. We just go like this, stomp, step, and we take the left one and scoop, and then we bring the right foot forward. 1, and then we go back, scoop. Now this time the hand just stays the same back here, the right hand. And 2, back, and 3, and back. And then we do a step, and kick, sweep in, and so on and so forth.
There's only 6.
Yep.
It just seems like more when you're going backwards, forwards, backwards.
Yeah, especially if you're having to look over your shoulder.
Yeah.
Yeah, so let's go ahead and transition to fan. We're making good time.
Yes, sir.
That happened once before on my backside, ended up going with somebody else for a few days. They got put down and they put their stuff on top of it and they grabbed all their stuff out of my side. It's like, I know I had it somewhere.
All right. Need the fan for him? I'll lead it.
Yes, sir.
the very end?
Very, very, very. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll do it that way, so the camera can see it. It's just like
I just want to make sure I'm onto the right angle.
after the double punch.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
Yeah, I'm doing it this way, but just watch it while I do it this way. Don't copy me because it's the wrong direction. Okay? So you come here, and you do the double punch. Then you twist, and then you come up. Then you drop this for a second, and then it whips back and circles and goes. And then it's the regular. That mean? You mean the very last one?
Oh. It comes over like that. That was what I was like trying to. So
Yeah,
it
the
comes
thing is
up
you
and
just
over?
don't accidentally do the earlier one. So when you do the first one, you go here. I'm sorry, you're here, and you go here, and you close it, and then your hand comes up,
Yeah.
and then you're doing the thing. When you're at the end of the form, you come up, you go here, you still close it, but then immediately separate the hands up like a reverse commencement.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. Anyone want to give it a shot to lead it? Who did that last time?
I think I led this one last time.
Okay. Was it Miss Burns lead? You want to try doing it from the other side so you can
yes.
see it better? Or gently? Look at it. So I have a new one a new tip for you, and then I have a couple old ones. Okay, so the new tip is you want to do the box of tiger's ears, right? But you might have trouble getting the snap or bounce. You feel that? It's simpler than you think to get it. So box of tiger's ears. What's the pickup? I always lose the pickups on these. Oh yeah, we did this part. Oh yeah, oblique. Okay, so oblique. So yeah, we have to come from, so from here. Don't worry about this part here. I'm not really wanting to work on that. I'm not talking about this part either. But here, you've made it to here, and as soon as this one goes down, this one's cutting over. So if you get the perpendicular and you look at the right, and then don't look that way until you're doing the first of your two hits. That'll get your pop, which you can recoil on. If you are here and you look here and then do this, it's just kind of empty because it doesn't get you created some torque by having the head be with the hand. Then when we look,
Okay.
and that's going to create a little pop. Yeah. Okay. The other ones, I told you that was one. Oh, actually, try that first. Like, you can copy Miss Burns if you want. But yeah, just try that a couple times where you can feel, let the first pop include the head looking. So you got the body perpendicular to itself, and you get the head looking, and then boom, boom. Yeah. Do you feel that now? Yeah. That will bring that pop in. Yeah, don't hit Mr. Fate.
And the second one, so that's the first one.
Yeah, the second one bounces off the first one. But if you look first, you've taken your build up, you've taken your spring load away. You release the spring because the spring is through the whole body, and it's completely tightened with the head turning and looking at the hand, and then released. It does the pop. Okay. Now the other ones were old ones for everyone, but also Mr. Haley. So after you've we're at the opening. Okay, we're here, and we're here. When we go here, you stay on the back leg.
Stay on the back leg.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Okay, when you do the pull and the punch, pull, punch, stay on the back leg. Or, yeah. In other words, don't shift forward for the punch, but feel that. I don't think you stay on the back leg as much as this one. That really is more of a turning pop, and this one is. Still does the same thing, and then you're already, and then, there was another one, but it was an old correction. Oh yeah, the elbow. So shoulder strike, I mean. So, we come through, we come around, palm, and then it opens. Right now you're here, and when you get to here, and then you're like, doing something with the hand. I'll practice on that. So just think of the brush knee, I'll call it that. Brush knee, and then it just opens. Just settle, pop. So you're doing settle, and you're like turning it around or something. Okay. Trying to create a circular whip in the wrist. And it's just static. It's just a static. It's a static brush knee. Okay, I'll let you practice what you want to practice for a minute or two on your own. Yeah, so I just done three review corrections and one new correction. good, good.
Is it just,
Oh, I set my fan down when I went to the office. Let me grab my fan, and I understand what you're starting to ask. And yes, it's just stepping out. But, oh man, I'm not used to setting things down here. Oh, there it is. Okay. So, I have to go from here. So we come up and over, and we come down and trace, and we come back, and there. Yep, yeah, I'll do it again. Pivot, and then you take a look for a second, then you go up. Don't get caught in your sleep. Watch the right foot. So it's stepping straight back, and then brushing across, and then shooting through, and opening up. And then here, it's the same thing again. Shift, and then quick, and then look, settle, and then I got that spring. Yep.
thank you.
Yep. I'll give you one more minute, and then we'll run it. We'll see if we can lead it one last time. Yep. Yep, okay. All right, Mr. Haley, we do the honors for the final time. Okay, last time through, Mr. Haley's gonna lead it. If you're at home, follow along, find a new spot to see from. Okay. I know. That's good, and I also like seeing is that we keep doing the corrections and you keep getting them, and you know, missing them and then getting them again is part of it too. And so this form, you have an opportunity like this year to, I remember at the beginning of the year, I said you got 8 minutes worth of routine to learn. So we'll be done learning it and just spend half a year correcting it, so good job. We honor the masters who came before us and seek to follow their examples.
About a Grand Master instructor.
Thank you. About a third degree and second degree, advanced black sash class dismissed. Good job.